Welcome back to Lifestyle Nutrition with Brian Diamond, and today it's episode 13 of my signature show, Document with Diamond. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Before we head into today's episode, I have to say something. I have to apologize to you because I did really wrong by you, and let me explain. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry that I did not put a disclaimer down in my description or in my bio until now. I was just doing everything because I was totally enjoying myself, and I totally overlooked the fact I forgot to put the disclaimer saying that you should not take any of the advice that I'm giving as unique advice to you. Of course, it's general advice and it works for apparently healthy individuals, like I have said in my early episodes, and I even put those disclaimers in the videos. Why this is very important is because what works for me may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for the person you show it to or you share it with eventually. I really want to sincerely apologize to you and the other 252 people who have subscribed to me and put their trust in me, and I feel really bad because I kind of broke that trust by not letting you know that you should not try this at home. So I have added a disclaimer, and it's going to be in every single description. I've added it in all the 30 plus videos that I've put. However, it's going to be in every description of every other video that I'm going to upload, and please do not try this at home because this is really serious. I almost died. I almost collapsed. I would have died if it wasn't for my quick thinking and realizing that I had to stop what I was doing. So please, I implore you, please do not try this at home. And once again, I'm really sorry, and I totally understand if you would like to unsubscribe. Although it would hurt me, I don't really care, because hurting my channel is nothing compared to you hurting yourself without doing it the right way. And also, whenever I take on clients, I always take a consultation, talk to them, get them to talk to their physicians as well. So one more time, I'm sorry. Alright, that apology was a little long. However, it had to be done because I'm growing really fast and people are watching my stuff and they're asking me questions and they're putting their trust and faith in me. So I'm just going to put only the facts now for this episode. You got to understand that it's a whole storyline and a whole process that I'm giving you. What happened entirely from episode 8 onwards and the aftermath of that. It took me 4+ weeks to recover. So this is week 13, and it took me actually 5 weeks to recover to at least 95-98%, and I'm not at 100% efficiency. I'm currently at 85-90% efficiency as well. So what I'm trying to say is that I was not even able to, I was not able to move on one day. I had so much food. I ate the right amount of food. That was in week 9. Before I put out the episode for week 9, I was really
exhausted, so fatigued, and I felt like a zombie.
I wanted to take a selfie like this and kind of show you my face of what it looked like,
But I did not even have the energy
to hold my hand up. So what I did, I held my phone like this. I put my hand up like this, I don't remember, and I took a picture. So I'll put that right here. Check it out. That was on the 17th of April, and this entire thing happened on the 9th of April, I guess. I put out my episode 8. I put it on 9th of April or 8th, I'm not so sure. So it took so long. It took about a week for the effects to take place. If you want to know what happened in week 8, click this card and find out. It's a pretty long episode, but it's worth it. Then I was still recovering, and I finally got a little energy by 20th April, which was this. I was drinking my coffee with a lot of sugar because I needed it. I usually take 3 teaspoons of sugar, sometimes 2, but this one I took like 7 teaspoons of sugar just to give me those extra calories, just to give me that extra carbs. So I did that, and then I guess it was episode 11. I'm pretty sure it was episode 11 where I said dieting makes you lose teeth. So during that week, something happened. My crown came out, and if you want to watch how that happened, click on this card and find out. On 4th May, which was the next week, I was in so much pain after having finished 1 week of that. The next week, like after I posted that video, the next week I came back and I decided, okay, I gotta get this tooth fixed.
It's hurting to eat.
Only on this side, and I have some crowns here too, and they started hurting because I was putting too much pressure on this side. So I went and I got my my crown fixed. So again, I had to spend time on extra time. If you subscribe to this channel, what you can expect is weekly videos on nutrition, weight loss, tips and tricks on how to attain sustainable weight loss and how to maintain that weight loss once you achieve your goal. So, what are you waiting for? Subscribe! Today, I am so happy that I have little extra time to spend on all of my stuff, all of my work, all of my duties, that I had time to cut my fingernails and my toenails.
I'm not flexible enough to show you my toes.
But I cut my fingernails. This is what they looked right before me recording this video. And then, this is the crazy part.
It's all a cause and effect of all these negative effects that keep happening to me.
I posted about that in one of my videos as well. You can definitely check that out right here. And my toenails, I didn't cut them. You can see them just before I recorded this video. I took a picture. These are my toenails. I look like kind of like a witch or a mad scientist, you know, with those long fingernails, long toenails. However, when I was scratching, because I live in Bangalore and there are a lot of mosquitoes here, and in the night and the evenings when I scratch, especially when I'm scratching my legs, I don't feel it. It feels good when I scratch. However, it started bleeding. It started bleeding so bad, and you can see those two boxes where I highlighted the wounds. Those wounds by me just scratching. I was just scratching and scraping off the skin just because my nails were so long. And why were my nails so long? Because I could not dedicate the time to sit down and cut my nails like I usually do once in 2 weeks every time. But that didn't happen. And that's because of all the shit that happened after episode 8. This is what my schedule looks like. I'm currently spending around 14 to 16 hours a day on work because I'm a YouTube entrepreneur, I'm a solopreneur, and I'm doing all of this by myself. For coaching inquiries, you can call me on my cell phone, send me a text on WhatsApp, or you can also send me an email if that's what you prefer, and we'll take it ahead from there. And I'll also put these details down in the description below, so be sure to check it out. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next one.